What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 222. What is the term for is there a term for
palindrome? Is front and back is the same?
Yes. Is there something special with a three straight digits of the same thing? Like I was gonna say alliteration. It's not that.
You couldn't.
I don't know. I feel like there is a term. I feel like there is one.
There is definitely a term, but neither
can't
you
say I
or
know what
will
it
be
is.
coming up with it. That is something we probably learned in like first grade English, and we don't have any idea anymore.
Yeah, but one thing that I'll be honest, I have been very interested talking about for a long time was the area codes when we get high up on the episode numbers. And I just did a quick search. The 222 area code is for a country in West Africa.
Okay, so not in the United States yet. We're not at
so
codes
we're not
that are used in the US.
We're not quite there. I did realize we passed a couple of relatively well-known area codes like
1-800
stuff.
1-800 probably. Oh well, no, I guess.
Well, yeah, but 180 would have counted for one. We're not going to hit 1800 episodes.
Maybe we will. Never know.
Maybe, but
we are.
I'm gonna
it
guess
is taking us 3 years.
It's taking
us 3 years to get to 222. So I don't know what that math would be for the difference there.
So if we do 2 a week, 52 weeks, 104 per year. So
it took us
22, it's gonna 1800, 1600. It'll take us 16 years.
Yeah, so I just did 1800 divided by 222, and that gives me 8.1. So 16, because multiple. You want to? It's 222 is I guess 3. So about it's anywhere between 16 and 24 years.
Well, I mean, as the math head over here, I just did a quick little 1800 minus 200, 1600 divided by 104, 16 years.
Yes,
but
16.
Hey, I'm not going to bore you with the business stuff yet. That's for later. But let's start off with the big news. Baby Gronk committed to Ohio State, the Ohio State University over the weekend. Well, he got community noted into oblivion. It was announced.
Either way, he was going to get community noted, but
he then flipped from Ohio State to Michigan, and I'm about to give an unpopular opinion here.
And then he also got community noted on that one, by the way.
Yes, I'm about to give an unpopular opinion, Everett. If I remember correctly, I heard something like recently that Baby Gronk was like retired from football or something like that.
I did see that.
I remember hearing
that as well.
But I think at this point, Baby Gronk's dad has obviously gotten a lot of attention. And recently, like a pretty big Ohio State beat writer podcast, they had Baby Gronk's dad on, which was very disappointing to me. But I think Baby Gronk's dad, I wouldn't say he's the greatest, the sharpest tool in the shed, but I think he's well aware of just the perception that he's
he is definitely aware of
I think he's well aware, and I think like he's actually reasoned to himself that just getting my kid publicity at all is better. Like maybe he just knows.
Here's the question:
hey,
didn't he pull? Isn't Baby Gronk not in school?
I'm not sure. I did see he just graduated from 5th grade. So Baby Gronk has attended one less graduation that I have in my life. So shout out Baby Gronk.
That's so funny.
Yep.
It is so funny.
Just graduated from 5th grade. He looked great in his suit, by the way.
Well,
I'm not here to talk shit about that.
You technically only ever had one. You've only ever had one. He has the same amount as you then, because we didn't get a 5th. There was no 5th grade graduation really at that school. It was just kind of.
Oh yeah.
Just move.
I mean, I will say for our middle school, elementary school, the 8th grade graduation was like by the time you're in 6th grade, you know exactly what you're gonna do when you're like. We have seen that graduation so much that like. By the time that one rolled around, that was a big deal. But like,
you had been seeing that graduation for literally 9 to 10 years of your life.
Yeah. Like that one song will just be ingrained. Yeah,
I do
always in my
remember
head.
when High School Musical came out, by the way, and they would always break the very end of it during those years with Schools Out or
Shit.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't have the
Whichever
song.
song it
If
was.
you played
But
10, not even 10 seconds, 3 seconds of the song, then I will
you
immediately
but
know
you
all
and
the
I
words.
both know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. Like shit. I'm not gonna think about it now. All right, we're gonna let that one go. We got a lot
It
to talk
doesn't
about
matter.
today.
It,
But
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'm gonna start off with a fun little Champions League fun fact of the day. Okay, we're gonna be.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
talking a lot of numbers, a lot of money today in these
Okay.
conversations. So my favorite team in the world, Borussia Dortmund, and the only reason they're my favorite team in the world is because they were in the FIFA 14 demo, and I just like their yellow jerseys. So that's why they're my favorite team in
Dortmund's
the world.
pretty good though. They're good.
They're like just a quick little overview of Dortmund. Like they are consistently like top three, top four in Bundesliga, but they just never beat Bayern. Bayern's a wagon. And like historically, Bayern just takes players from Dortmund. Like if you show up and you're really good at Dortmund, Bayern will just buy them. And it's smart because they just steal from their competition to ensure
Well,
they win the league.
everybody besides Holland.
Yeah, Holland went to City.
Yeah,
But
everybody besides Holland. Holland was
but
too good for Dortmund. Dortmund was like,
like
hey, can't take Holland. Too good. Too good. All right.
it was like 2011, 2012-ish. And Dortmund had a team of Royce, who's my favorite soccer player ever, with Schweinsteiger. Royce, Lewandowski, who you know, the striker who was at Bayern after and then now at Barca. And they also had Mario Götze, who at the time was like the wonder boy. He scored the winning goal for Germany in the 2014 World Cup. So he's goated forever in Germany. But after 2012, Dortmund, I believe they won Bundesliga, upsetting Bayern, which was crazy. But they also met up against Bayern in the Champions League final and lost. But right after they lost, Lewandowski left Dortmund and went to Bayern on a free contract, free agent, which was like the most snake shit ever in the history of Borussia
close to
Dortmund.
KD. Close to KD.
No, dead at. Like it was literally he joined the super team. No, like it was literally Kevin Durant. And then Götze also left on a free contract to Bayern. So like the two stars of Dortmund left. But Dortmund, they're kind of famous for just selling youngsters for the fattest profits ever. So like they sold this guy Ousmane Dembele, who is so mid. Sold him for like 140 million euros to Barca.
I thought he's not like mid. I thought he's like
for what good. He was expected to be.
Oh, okay, that's
mid.
fair.
He's very good. He's probably a top 20 winger in the world. I don't fucking know. He might be like top 10, but he was supposed to be like top 3. Did not reach that. He's always injured, but they've sold him. Holland, believe it or not, they only sold Holland for like 70 because it was a COVID year, and they should have definitely charged more. But the bigger point, they just sold their star boy Jude Bellingham, who's like the star of England. They just sold him to Real Madrid for, I don't know, 120, 130, 150, something crazy. And they, Borussia Dortmund, after 12, 13 years, they are back in the Champions League final ever. They have done the impossible. They are back in the Champions League final. They are playing Real Madrid, who they just sold their star player, Jude Bellingham, to. Now, Everett, I'm not sure if you've seen this, but if Dortmund wins Champions League, UEFA, who organized Champions League, they will pay Dortmund 20 million euros. That's the reward if you win it, and that money can be allocated to transfer budget. It's up to the owners to do what they want with it. Usually, when it's an on-field payment, like based on on-field success, they will let their manager get that full money. Like you earn that to spend because you won. I will give you that.
Not on yourself. You don't get all the money for yourself.
Well, when I say give it to the manager, they're letting him spend.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. But Dortmund,
just one giant bonus, actually.
Yeah, but if Dortmund wins Champions League, they'll get 20 million from UEFA. If Real Madrid wins Champions League, Everett, Real Madrid has to pay Dortmund 25 million euros because there's a sign-on extra clause in the contract that if Jude Bellingham wins Champions League year 1, they have to pay Dortmund 25. And now I'm not saying Dortmund's going to throw the game because it is more valuable for them to win Champions League despite losing 5 million. But this is like such a unique scenario where Dortmund's getting a payday no matter what after this. But yeah, that's just how soccer works. I think it's
a pretty good
badass.
setup for them. Pretty good setup for them.
Like, I can honestly see a world where college football starts becoming somewhat like European soccer. Like, we're kind of at the point where players are dipping
know about
because of NIL contracts and shit.
Here's the other thing.
Not fully. I'm not saying.
But this can be a good migration point to. There's not really much to talk about for college football right now. But besides this leak, the one thing that I saw that somebody was proposing, though, they were like, hey, you know what? There shouldn't be any NIL negotiation or anything like that until the player has officially signed with the school, because otherwise it becomes a bidding war. Yep. And that should be the actual implementation to solve all of these issues. That should be what's going on. And that doesn't mean like, look, student athletes are not going to be, they're not naive, they're not dumb. They know that certain schools have a bigger budget and that whatever their value is going to be. Yeah, right?
They're talking to the other recruits.
There has never not been, hey, like, you come here, I'm going to give you this amount of money, right? Like that has happened. Bagmans have been around for decades now.
Ask Ole Miss how they got Laquan Treadwell, Laramie Tunzel, Robert Kemdici. Just ask them how they get that class.
But that doesn't mean that the official negotiating part of negotiations can be or should be NIL. Like, you could still have the bagman there, and the bagman's like, hey, we'll give you $1 million, you show up to our school right now. But that's not an official part of the negotiation. It's going to happen, but it doesn't need to be the official part of the negotiation.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would say I'm just thinking more so to properly regulate this sport, the sport that I love so dearly and close to my heart. Like, right now it's a war zone out there. And I'm saying Ohio State is reaping the benefits of it. I'm not even trying to say this as an Ohio State fan. I'm just trying to say this as a college football fan. Like, right now, what Ohio State is able to do with this transfer shit it's not fair. Like, they're on different playing fields with the rest of college football. And like, my best example is Julian Sand. Like, Julian Sand is getting paid a lot of money from Alabama for that NIL deal. A lot of money. And that contract, I believe,
but also like the bigger
lasts
thing,
for this whole year.
The bigger thing is, like, yeah, we see this. We see the NIL contract, like all that, whatever, like for just general recruits coming out of high school. But it's even more important for the portal, I think, for it to be.
No,
like, we saw the way
portal.
We saw how
the big
everything went. Is. We saw how everything went this offseason, really, with the first big open NIL wave, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, I think that it's detrimental to the sport. And I talked about, we know my opinions on NIL. I think it's detrimental to the sport and to the development of the sport to have the monetary influence be such a large part of it. Like, the players are good either way. The expectation is they'll get some NIL, or if they're good either way, they're going to go to a school that has the NIL. But it doesn't need to be like, hey, Ohio State's bidding 150 and I am Michigan and I know Ohio State's bidding 150, so I'm going to give you 165. Yeah. And then it goes back to Ohio State and we're like, hey, they're giving me 165. All right, we got you with 180.
Yeah.
And it's just like bidding. Like, that's not.
That's where the problem exists and just perpetuates itself. And it's like, as an Ohio State fan, it's like, no, this is not good for the sport overall. Like, I think,
I said, the bag man will still be in the room either way. It's not going to change that.
Bagman will always be there, guys. Remember,
but it being like an officialized part of the negotiations and contractual, when you like, that's the problem. Like, it'll also limit the amount of people who are like, hey, I'm going to, like, Caden Proctor was like, I'm going to Iowa, I'm getting my money, I'm going back to Bama. Like, I'm just here to get money.
Yeah, I like when it came to Jaden Rashada, if you remember, when he was getting recruited, Florida had allegedly had an 8-figure NIL deal offered to him. I remember, though, in that clause, it said you need to be a resident of Gainesville, Florida, which means he had to spend at least 178 days in Gainesville or whatever, like over 50% of the year needs to be living there. That was like the main requirement. But there was no clause in there saying he had to be a student at the University of Florida. It's just like that
Rashada.
Gainesville residency was the
Yes.
quote
Yes.
thing. And like if Rashada like went to Miami, like he may have still been able to maintain that 8-figure deal just staying in Gainesville and just going back and forth. Like I know that's not cheap venture, but like for an 8-figure NIL deal, it's probably worth his investment traveling.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I just the way the NIL is constructed right now, just still there's some polishing that needs to
There's a
needs
major
to
problem.
be done.
Yeah,
Needs to be done.
I do think if teams had to be public, like about contracts and shit, like professional sports leagues, I think that can help mitigate this problem a little bit. But like one big point I have is how on 3 they have the NIL
Section, the tab,
numbers?
yes.
Those are evaluations, everybody. Those are not confirmed.
They're not
deals.
officialized, but they're like very
they're great estimates. Good estimates to look at, but it's just like there's a couple guys on there that are making more than what it says, and there's also guys on there making less than what it says. Like it goes both ways. You can't take
but
it.
It's an approximation from the sources they kind of know.
Cardale's
estimations are probably very accurate though, because I doubt Cardale's like, I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah,
Cardale would be proud of it, and Cardale would be like, I got you. Here are the numbers.
I'll be honest. I do love how you also love Cardale Jones. He will always be so unbelievably special to me for the rest of my life.
The reason I like Cardale is solely because of the fact that growing up, the only thing from you was always Cardale Jones.
Cardale, dude, he was my king. Like I literally, like I want to be like 12 gauge. Like I played the end and I'm like, still wearing 12.
How could you not like just the stuff that Cardale did is just so funny.
I mean, the fact that he really tweeted, "We ain't here to play school. We came here to play football." It's like my goat. Like I love you.
And then fact checked a NCAA 14 score on a kid in the hospital.
That's just it was like,
can you imagine if
Cardale apparently beats hospital patient like 84 to 7. He was like, incorrect. I put up 100 on him.
Can you imagine if community notes were a thing back then? When
I wonder what the community note would be on his "We ain't here to play school" tweet. Would the community notes just be like, he has a point?
Community note is Cardale Jones actually is currently getting this degree from the school. It's like, he is actually.
He's always going to be my hero though. But yeah, no.
Okay, look. Only other thing with college football is we have obviously, so when this is coming out today on Thursday, there's going to be officialized information and trailers for NCAA 25. And I think Madden's coming
trailers too.
I thought I heard that it was going to be a trailer.
I was asking my brother, who is this. I thought it's supposed to be an
official reveal. From what I heard, it's an official reveal for the game. And then I think Madden 25 is also getting announced tomorrow as well. But with that said, there's been a leak. We've seen leaks of the covers. The other day we talked about the deluxe edition cover. We talked about the Heisman edition being expensive. The standard edition cover has been leaked, and it is still athletes from the deluxe edition, including Ewers, Travis Hunter, and Donovan Edwards. I'm a little disappointed, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little disappointed. I would have liked a singular athlete cover, and I would have liked it to be a throwback cover. I don't understand what
we're talking like Barry Sanders Madden 25, just the classic. Like
I'm talking. Yes. I don't understand what EA's deal is with modernizing all of this stuff. They did it with FIFA. They did it with Madden. Even like Madden 16. FIFA, Madden 16 with the Odell cover was like the very first kind of version. That's a good point.
Ooh, what about the Richard Sherman Madden like 15?
Yes,
Sherman, where he's like,
but that was a mix. See, that was a mix of old and new. Yeah, I would have been fine with something like that.
Okay.
And I think
Madden 13, now that I think the difference is
Madden 13
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Madden 14. Madden
I
14
can look it up
was
real
the
quick.
Madden 25, right, with AP on the cover, and that was like a special one. And I think that was the turning point because that wasn't like, this is a brand new one, or this is an old one. This is like, we're
Yeah, it
doing a
was
special one,
AP
and
for
then
next
they switched
gen,
it.
Barry Sanders for 360 PS3.
Then they switched it.
Yeah.
But I would have liked an old cover. I appreciate the fact that it's like it's at the Rose Bowl and all this stuff, but it looks weird. Like half a Quinn Ewers. I mean, this is not the official cover because we haven't. This like it's probably cropped a little bit, but like it doesn't look great. And
Quinn Ewers looks a little uncomfortable.
to say the least,
It's a weird smile that Quinn's forcing in that picture.
I don't get it. And all of the like mock-ups that we've seen from just fans making them where they have like the X and O's in the background, or it's like a Nick Saban cover, like that kind of stuff would be great. And that's what would separate this from Madden, is because now everybody's been talking about, hey, it's going to be a Madden reskin. This is going to be this is going to be that. It's all going to be the same as Madden. The biggest way that you could have showed us right from the start that it's not is by doing something differently from Madden on the cover.
I just love the old covers where they just had the EA circle in the middle. NCAA football, like it just looks clean and organized.
The old red and white with emboss. I'm getting hearts. You just see those? You just see those hearts?
Dude, what is going on with this?
I don't know.
Remember, I like did this one time. Balloons went everywhere.
I had thumbs up a couple times. I don't know.
But
work? See, those hearts were for the old. The hearts. Oh, there it's back. They're back now. They're back now. The hearts were for the old EA logo. I just want retro. You don't get the hearts, Grant. You don't get them. You don't get them. Only me. Only I get them.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna blame it on the web. Damn, I don't know. It's old laptop shit. Yeah, I mean, cover. At the end of the day, I don't really.
It's not that big of a deal, but at the same time, like, everybody's been waiting for this for so long. You would have hoped that they would have taken that aesthetic appreciation and moved it, because
I think I would have preferred just Saban on the cover.
That too, but also just because everybody's been talking about just how much it's like Madden, and how you guys are saying, oh, it's not. That's the biggest way that we know right now that you can be like, oh, it's not like that. That's the biggest.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I expect it to be super, super similar to Madden in terms of like how the game plays and stuff. If it is significantly different, I'll be genuinely shocked. I'll be shocked.
There's breaking news here that will relate to where you want to go with one of these segments. I know Netflix is releasing Happy Gilmore 2 starring Adam Sandler.
I need to make sure. Do they have is Christopher McDonald confirmed? Shooter McGavin better be in this.
Shooter McGavin coming back?
There is no Happy Gilmore without Shooter McGavin. So
he has to.
They better. The only way they would announce that is if it was already inked in writing that Christopher McDonald will be a part of this ensemble.
My favorite thing is that
this is gonna be
my favorite thing is his handle on Twitter is literally Shooter McGavin. Like, that's the best.
I don't know if that's a fake account or not. Is that genuinely his account? Oh my god!
I think that's genuinely his account.
That actually his account, because it's a great account.
I think it's genuinely his account because he posts. Like, I've seen pictures of him on there.
No,
like,
I know
new pictures.
Someone could just be pretending to be him. Joined April 2011. That makes me think that it might actually be. If it was like 2021, then I was like, okay, definitely fake. But there's a non-zero chance that it's actually Christopher McDonald running that account. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm going to be following Shooter McGavin on Twitter a lot closer now. I did not. I always assumed it was just a troll account.
I mean, it could be.
I'll get back to you guys next Monday. I will get back to you guys next Monday.
You know what? It could be, but at the same time, I fully could see that he's running it as a joke account.
Yeah, no,
I could see that.
No, yeah, like he's running it, playing Shooter McGavin the character still.
Yes, no, literally.
But it comes down to, is it Chris McDonald doing it or not? That's what we gotta find out.
That's the thing. I think it still might be.
I will get back to you guys on Monday. I don't want to take too long this, but I will get back to you guys on Monday.
Anyways,
we got some more Netflix topics today.
Yes, that's where the segmentation was going. Great. Here's the deal. First of all,
we can do NFL real quick and then wrap up with ants.
Let's do that.
So
first of all, Grant, with the Netflix deal, I know you have bundles and stuff you want to talk about. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is I'm going to question just all of this shit when you start actually talking about it because it infuriates me. Mm-hmm. But the Netflix is now doing the Christmas games. That's what they're doing. Which, by the way, Grant, we have not talked about Shohei Ohtani yet. I'm just dropping his name just so
I will start talking. I'll get something. I'll get stop. Keep going. I might be checking out for 5 minutes here, but go.
The Netflix Christmas Day slate. So Netflix is now doing the Christmas games. I think they're exclusively doing the Christmas games.
Yeah.
The Netflix Christmas Day slate has now dropped.
And what day of the week is Christmas again, Everett?
Sunday.
Oh shit! Why did I think it was on a Wednesday this year?
Well, no, I actually,
I could have sworn I heard that the Christmas on a Wednesday this year, and like that's the crazy shit that it's like.
I thought. NFL it is on a Wednesday. It is on Wednesday.
Historically, the NFL has said we are not.
I thought you were making some joke about how it was Lord's Day. And now
no. I was just saying like it's on a Wednesday.
It is on a Wednesday.
Which means the week before, whoever's playing on Christmas Day, those 4 teams, they're gonna have to play either Thursday night the week before or like Saturday.
Playing, Grant. Here's who's playing. This is now not this first This first game isn't what's going to infuriate me, but the second game is. First game is Chiefs Steelers. Don't give a fuck. That easy game. We have the second game on Christmas Day. Baltimore Ravens play the Houston Texans. You want to talk about a big game? The Ravens versus the Texans on Christmas Day. On a Wednesday. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. At least like that, you're gonna have people be like, you know what, family, let's turn on a Christmas movie. And Uncle Jerry in the back already got Ravens Texans on. We're sorry, family. No Christmas movies today. No Christmas movies. It is the Lamar CJ Stroud show. It's come to snow in Houston.
As an NFL fan and CJ Stroud fanboy, that's a Christmas miracle for me. But from the perspective of an NFL fan thinking of the future of this league. Is there ever going to be a reality where there's an NFL game on every night? Is that where this is going? Wednesday games is crazy.
It's not possible, but that's wild. Also, keep in mind, by the way, how backed up football is going to be this year because college football is changing things. And remember, this past year,
be a weird schedule in January.
Somebody who has gone through this, I was in Washington on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve this past year for our bowl game. And I was there for the holidays, all that stuff. But there are bowl games that's all getting backed up now because of the playoff schedule for that. So I'm curious how the NCAA schedule is going to mix into this because we might have a 4-day stretch around Christmas where we have games every day.
Yeah, and that's possible. For a very long time, NCAA, I think they have that championship game on a Monday, because the NFL doesn't have Monday Night Football or some shit. They have it. I don't exactly know what it is, but
they have it set up so that there's not an overlap.
They don't compete.
With the NFL.
Yeah. And it's I don't know how it's gonna work moving forward. I personally believe college football is for Saturday. We should play the championship game on a Saturday, but Monday, I guess, does better ratings. Shit. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
I do think though this is very, very interesting because Netflix, literally a year ago, from everything I was hearing, Netflix was not interested in live sports. Then they picked up Monday Night Raw from WWE.
I'm gonna keep it a
5.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah. I legitimately think that they probably were in negotiations either way for this, but they were like, hang on, we're going to live stream Tom Brady's roast. And we're going to see how
Oh,
that
I think
does.
that also
'Cause
really
that's the football
inspired
fan
them
base. And
to
if that
commit
does
to this.
well, we'll put pen to paper right away. We'll give you whatever the fuck you want.
No, I genuinely believe that Tom Brady roast was kind of like the final
But here's
check
the
of
deal.
approval for anyone
Here's the
questioning
deal.
it at Netflix. They're like, let's do it.
Apparently, with that roast, the booze that came to Kim Kardashian while she was there got digitally removed because I'm assuming they requested it to. You can't be having that with the NFL. I don't want to be hearing you guys putting in cheers
Well,
if
they
Tay comes onto
already
the
mute
screen.
crowd noise for sports broadcasts, but I hope Netflix does the right thing. And if the crowd is loud enough,
just
then
saying,
the announcer
we
better
don't
start
need
yelling. You
we don't
better
need
start
we don't
screaming
need
if they want
digital insertions of noise or removals of noise. Because like if you pick up a player saying fuck on the field, I want that shit in there.
I'll be
I'm
honest.
keeping it in there.
Ohtani, we were in extra innings the other night. You're welcome. Ohtani was up to bat. Mookie on first, no outs. He's the leadoff hitter in extra innings, and he struck out. That bad strikeout. He chased hard, but that was the first time I've ever caught Ohtani mouthing on camera. Like he said "fuck" on camera, but he mouthed it. And I was like, "That's going to get. That will not be online.
You will
That's
never see that
removed."
You will
So
never
fast by the
see
MLB.
that again. You will never.
We'll never
ever
see that shit again. But I saw that I was like, oh, so he is a human being. Like for a little bit, I thought he was a bit of a robot, just baseball killing machine. No, he is a human at the end of the day. He was mad that he struck out. Yeah, I mean shit. Well, I got one little last thing for NFL, and then we could talk about Shohei. But
Grant,
please tell me big news, please.
The Chargers are doing their 2024 opponents as Pop-Tarts, which is a thread on Twitter right now. I'm gonna read you these comparisons real quick. Okay?
They didn't make a video?
No. I think they are. So like this isn't the scheduled release of like at home or away. Like they're not saying the dates.
Oh, they do this every year.
But I'm gonna go through the Pop-Tarts with you. I'm going through the Pop-Tarts.
I have it on. Put it down. I want you to explain them.
First is the Cardinals. It's a picture of Kyler Murray.
Is it mini size, fun size Pop-Tart?
It is Pop-Tart Bites. Next is the Falcons, and it is a.
I'm not sure what this would.
It's a Pop-Tart on a gold chain. It's a gold Pop-Tart on a gold chain for Kirk Chains.
Okay.
That was the Vikings thing. You guys can't keep fucking using that. Okay. I don't really know where this is going, but Baltimore.
I have to look. Sorry,
Baltimore. It is crab legs flavored. That's questionable.
Is Jameis the backup of the Ravens?
Nope. It's just a picture of Lamar, so I'm a little confused there.
Crab, is that big in Baltimore? Big food there, I'm guessing.
I feel like it. Probably Maryland. Yeah, I feel like
there's
the next is the Panthers, and it's the Pop-Tart mascot from the Pop-Tart bowl game that's just been eaten alive. Then Bengals is frosted skyline chili flavor.
All right.
The Browns is just the crust. There was so many opportunities.
So much potential there, dude.
So much potential there. Broncos is frosted brown sugar cinnamon, but it's great value version, it's Pop-Tart brand. Chiefs is a Pop-Tart with mayonnaise and ketchup. And then Raiders is a garbage flavored Pop-Tart. The Patriots is an empty Pop-Tarts box. The Saints is brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, but it's a makeup. I don't get that. Steelers is rust flavored Pop-Tart, and then this one's great. Tennessee is Jack Daniel's flavored Pop-Tart. Like that's kind of sick.
You gloss over the Tampa Pop-Tart. Jack Sparrow
Pop-Tart.
All right. That one. They blew some opportunities there.
Disappointing from
I'm just waiting for the official anime release. I just rewatched the 2023 anime release, and I still can't get over they started off the week 1 Dolphins game with just McDaniels vaping in the video.
Apparently the Falcons release video is an NFL street theme, so like Street Fighter theme.
I love that. That's good.
Yeah.
I schedule release always fun.
Always
fun.
So look, I have the Vikings schedule too if we want to go through it real quick. This is
honestly
tentative, I believe. I don't.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
no.
This is not confirmed.
I like this. I have my list of opponents. I don't know the order, but screw it. Read the schedule, win or loss, insta predictions.
I have my schedule with the opponent and weeks, and I'm pretty like this is leaked, but I'm like I trust the source that this came from.
No, I trust it. I want you to go through it. Just tell me win or loss.
Well, we can both do that because I'm going to be biased, but
it'll take me 2 seconds.
At Giants, win 1-0. Okay. 49ers loss, so 1-1. Texans lost 1-2. Packers,
say it.
Win 2-2.
I think you split with Green Bay. Do you think it's on the road splits?
Yeah, I do.
On the road splits.
Okay, Packers,
2-2.
Packers, 2-2. Jets, 3-2. Bye. Lions, 3-3. Rams, 3-4. Colts, 4-4. Jags, 5-4.
But okay.
Titans, 5-5. 5-5.
Wow. Okay. All right. So just replace that in the Rams. But yes.
Bears at Chicago.
Whooping that ass, Everett. You're whooping that ass. Come on. You're whooping that ass.
Actually, yes. 6-5. Cardinals 6-6. Falcons 7-6.
Yeah.
Bears 7-7. Seattle 8-7. Packers 8-8. Lions 8-9.
I guess one thing that is really sick. Oh shit! If you had Kirk this year, boy, you guys would be looking good. Only 2 prime times.
I'm just gonna be honest. If we had Kirk, let me just go through this.
You guys would be looking so good if you had.
Let me go on. Let me go through this. If we had
only Kirk, Bears and Rams would be L's.
This is what would happen if we play.
You'd start off because London game doesn't
Thursday.
Count prime time. You start 6-0.
Thursday night was fine. Thursday night was fine. Monday night was the problem.
Is Sunday night a problem too? Right?
No. Sunday night was fine. Sunday night was fine.
But it's just Monday night.
It was just Mondays. It was just Mondays. Yes, okay. It was just Mondays.
Damn, Bears at home Monday night. That would have killed you. In week 15, that would have murdered. Oh, I'm happy for you. Actually, being realistic, now that I think, I don't think you can accept losing that week 15 Monday night against the Bears. Like, you're winning that one. If you do split, you're going to lose on the road in Soldier Field week 12. There's no way you're going to lose Monday night week 15.
I think the very first time
lock in by that time.
that Brian Flores fought, like, goes against Caleb Williams, he's about to annihilate Caleb Williams. Like, that defensive scheme is going to be disgusting.
Wait. So what was overall record you were saying again?
8-9. Do we even? I had 8-9.
Oh, I think you do better than that.
I think it's 8-9 or 9 or 8. I don't. Okay. I don't know how much better I can predict right now this early out in the season without seeing fall camp or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Quick look Chargers schedule. I don't have the order, but we'll just go opponents. So I'll just start off. For you Mahomes, Taylor Swift fanboys, Chiefs 0-2. We're getting swept by them, so that's 0-2. Broncos and Raiders. I'm not sure what the win-loss combos are going to be, but we're going to split those 4 games. Okay. So in division, we are going to be 2-4. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to be 2-4 in division. Now we'll get on to the next part. AFC North, that's our like in division cross opponents. So Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Steelers. I think we go 1-3 against those 4. Okay. So now we are at
3-7.
7. Now let's go to the NFC South, the other cross division. I believe of those, we pick up 3. And I feel like it'll be the surprising loss to like the Bucks or Saints, even though I wouldn't even say that's surprising. And we like beat the Falcons. And I think we go 3-1 there. So that puts us at 6-8. Now the last 3 games, Patriots, Titans, Cardinals. Okay.
Patriots, Titans,
Cardinals are the last 3 opponents, last 3 games remaining. I would expect us to go 3-0, but I'm going to say 2-1.
I think you beat
Patriots,
the Patriots. I think that you forget how good the Titans have added this year.
I just think Titans, Patriots, Cardinals 2-1 there. And I think my team goes 8-9.
I think that you could go 1-2 there. I think you
Yeah, that could happen as well. But I would say floor 7, ceiling 9. Maybe 10, but 9. 7 to 9 wins.
Our floor is 6 and our ceiling is probably 10.
In theory, my floor is like 5, but
in theory, your floor is like
it's 0 in theory. Everyone's floor is in theory 0. But I would say anything below 7 wins, I'd be disappointed. If we got 7 wins, I'd accept it, not really be too surprised. 9, if we go over 500, I'd be elated. I just use that word, so that just goes to show how impressed I'd be if we went over. If we got 9 or 10 wins, I'd be like, "Holy shit, Jam, I did not expect that out of you." I would say one other thing I saw that I was kind of interested in. I know he's pretty washed, but Chargers picked up Bud Dupree on a 2-year deal with like 70% of the contract fully guaranteed. This year, he's going to be locked in no matter what. But I just think moving forward with Tuipulotu, how well he's been playing. We're not going to keep Bosa and Mac. One of them is going to be gone after the year. We'll see who it is. Like, depending on Bud Dupree and what could happen there, I'm interested next year more so. But I think for this year, Harbaugh might be taking a page out of the Ohio State D-line playbook, and we might just be running 4 edges on 3rd and long. Like, if it's 3rd and 8, just 4 edges on the field.
I don't know. Bud Dupree is more of like a rotationary guy at this point.
Yeah,
but
I think, though, moving Bosa inside, Bosa and Tuli inside could actually be discussed.
So,
with Dupree and Mac on the outside.
In the 2019 playoffs, the Vikings moved Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin onto the inside, and they played as
8, huh?
Inside
8, didn't they?
8, and it is what caused the Saints to draft Cesar Ruiz, and that was horrible.
Good shit, baby. Good shit. I knew that from a mile away. Cesar Ruiz, like,
horrible,
overrated Michigan bum. Overrated.
Side note, though. One of the games that has officially been announced that the Falcons will open their season at home versus the Steelers. And Grant, do you know what that means? Arthur Smith is revenge game. He is back.
He's going. Who's their backup tight end? Darnell Washington.
Darnell
Washington is about to have a field day. Pat Freiermuth, 0 targets, but Darnell Washington,
gross.
Is Jonnu Smith still on the Falcons?
Nope, he's on the Dolphins now.
Damn, that's actually a nice pickup for them. Like,
except they're not going to use him. So
but for what they could get at tight end, it's pretty good for them.
Better than Smith, whatever his name is.
I don't know. But yeah. Last little thing I had on NFL, according to new Chargers GM Joe Ortiz, who came from Baltimore, quote, Baltimore really liked Quentin Johnston in the draft last year, but I'm sorry, Everett. There's no way Baltimore would have taken QJ over Zay Flowers if both were available at 22. There's no way. There's no way. And this is the thing, like, let's say in a perfect world, if I could redo the draft, well, first I'd show the Seahawks tape of how they used JSN last year, and they just won't draft him, so I could have him, but JSN gone. But at my pick, I would take Jordan, JA right there, and then Baltimore would have taken Flowers over QJ, and you wouldn't have been stupid. You would have just passed on QJ and just been like, all right.
We would have taken Deontay Banks.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, my team makes that mistake. You would have realized, like, oh, if QJ is the only receiver, okay, he's not now. I know you guys would have passed. Like, there's no way you guys would have drafted QJ at 23. No way. So it's just like, I think Joe Ortiz was just giving the politically correct answer. You know, you can't just well, we went over this. Gerard Mayo immediately calling out Drake May and stuff, but like, slightly different relationship with a former player coach. Like slightly different, I guess, if he's calling him out. But like Joe Ortiz,
D'Amico Ryans never did that though.
Well, I bet. Well, D'Amico didn't need to call out CJ. It was like, oh shit, this guy's 38 years old mentally already. Never mind, I don't need to get on his ass. But like, yeah, shit. Like he's just saying the correct answer to not anger any of his players right now. But shit, you were bringing up that QJ projection stuff the other week. If I were to be realistic, but trying to not fully crap on him at the same time, I'm expecting like 800 yards out of QJ, which I'd be.
That's
okay.
fair.
That's
okay. fair.
Like I was gonna say like 600, but like
here's the other thing, Grant. What day do you think the Jets have their first game of the season on?
I don't.
What day do the Jets have?
It's clearly going to be shocking. Is it Friday?
No.
I'm gonna say it's not a standard day if you're asking me this.
So last year, obviously, the first game was on 9/11, with Aaron Rodgers run out.
Oh yeah, they have Monday Night Football again. I don't know what day that is though.
Yeah, but I no, it's September 9th. It's 2 days before this time. But starting them in the same day on the same day that they started last year, where Aaron Rodgers just blew out his Achilles. That's a little interesting of a choice for to make Jets fans feel a little uncomfortable, but it's just funny.
Yeah. So I just got some interesting NBA news. I think we could transition and get our way onto NBA. Before we talk T-Wolves, and before I get into this NBA media rights deal thing, Everett, did you know that in 2007, Kobe Bryant was almost traded to the Detroit Pistons?
I did. He was also almost traded to the Bucks.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
I know that he almost went to Milwaukee.
No, I did not know this. The only other thing I could think of, though, I was interested by the timeline. That was 2007, and at that time, Kobe was like just coming off his 81-point game. Like he was genuinely playing with bums. Like
no, Smush
Parker was
he was pissed off with the Lakers.
So mad with how they ran shit post Shaq. But 2011, Everett, one of the most infamous moments in NBA history. Commissioner at the time, David Stern, vetoed. He pulled a dictatorship commissioner move, vetoing a Chris Paul Laker trade in 2011. And I know what we think of Chris Paul now, but Chris Paul, when he was like, at that time, he would have been
Hey, I will be honest though. I don't know if Kobe would have won more. I don't know if Kobe would have won anymore if Chris Paul was there, because once Scott Foster found out, it's all over. They wouldn't be winning any of those. That
is true, but I will be honest. When I was looking it up in 2009, when the late well, keep in mind this was going to be to make Chris Paul, Kobe, and Pau together.
I think Pau was supposed to be traded.
Was that it?
I think Pau is a part of the trade.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Yeah, because it's saying how Pau handled the botched Chris Paul trade. Okay, actually, that makes a lot more sense. But if we're giving up Pau for maybe, I mean, I'm very biased towards Pau. That's my guy. Pau was nice, right? Like that's like some trade with Chris Paul.
He made enough of a difference. He made enough of a difference.
Crazy unfair.
The finals. So I mean,
dude, Pau is the reason that Kobe was able to get his 2 rings in 08, 09.
Hey, Derek Fisher had some help, bro. Derek Fisher helped a little bit.
Oh, he did. 100%. I'm not gonna ever disrespect
Mr.
Like
5'8"
and Ron Artest. When he hit that 3 in Game 7 again. I was gonna say though, Game 7 against Boston, the year that we won, Scott Foster was reffing that game. Everett, that shit was rigged for us. Like bad.
Was that the Kings game? Are you talking about the Kings series?
No, that was Donahue. Scott Foster did the 09 finals.
Donahue was the Kings series.
Oh yeah, Everett.
Oh man.
Look up Game 6, Lakers. Kings.
I know the fouls. The fouls. I know.
I feel bad for Sacramento fans. I don't know any, but for those out there, I am so sorry. That was real.
Probably less of them than Chargers fans.
Honestly, yeah. Like, do they actually have the smallest?
How many people have you ever seen be like, light the beam? Couldn't tell you one of them.
Never. I don't know anyone who like genuinely says light the beam like as a fan. when I say light the beam, I'm like, dude, the Kings are lit. Like, yeah, they're winning. It's sick. Never seriously like, yes, we won. Light the beam. No, I don't know anybody.
I also can't
ever.
say that I've seen that on Twitter either. Like I haven't seen that.
Yeah, me neither. Shit. I bet, dude, Brazil T-Wolves would have a field day right now with Kings fans if they had the chance. But yeah, that Chris Paul veto. That's immediately what I thought of when I saw that potential Kobe to Detroit thing. But actually, shit, the fact that Al was supposed to be involved in that trade and it got vetoed, I don't agree. Oh, this is why. Gasol, it would have been a 3-team trade. Chris Paul to Lakers, Pau to the Rockets, Lamar Odom, Kevin Martin, and Luis Scola to New Orleans.
Out of the Rockets?
Yeah.
That would have been with Yao Ming.
Yep. And T-Mac, maybe. No, T-Mac's out by then. But no, Yao Ming's done by then too.
In 2007?
Well, this is 2011 when the Chris Paul trade was.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, Yao and
yes.
T-Mac would have been out. Who was the star of the Rockets in 2011? I'm not going to waste any more time. Not here to think about that. Let's get on to the more fun stuff. You want to wrap up with Ant or do that first and then media rights last? What do you want to do? I'll be talking a lot for media rights. So I think maybe put that last. I think we do Ant right now.
Yeah, just in case somebody wants to like click off of it after we talk about Ant. So
well, don't do that. Now you're encouraging them to leave the video. But okay. Timberwolves Ant. I'll be honest, Everett. I did not. Okay, let's start off with this. I played my part the other night. I threw 10 cents on Cat to hit his under 19.5 points scored, knowing that I would jinx him and he would score, my words, 24 points. He scored 23. So shit, looks like I was pretty close on that one. But I did not have Anthony Edwards having a really off night for him. I did not have that on my bingo card. And I think you guys are going to come out in game 6 and play hard. I think you guys are going to take game 6. I think we're going 7 here. But shit, Ant, I just did not see that coming from him. And I would say another thing that I noticed, you guys got pretty boned with fouls pretty early on. I know Aaron Gordon picked up 2 quick, but Naz Reid picked up 3 in the second.
I kept noticing that there was a consistent, like it was the second, I think it's the second in the start of the third quarter. There was like a consecutive 4 or 5 offensive drives where they were consecutive charge calls called against the Wolves.
Well, because Mike Malone bitched really hard at one that he thought was a charge, and they gave it to you guys, called it a block. He bitched really hard to the refs, and then the next 4 bang driving plays were all charges. And I was like, that only happens like if the refs are genuinely afraid of the coach, and it's like that's where I see a disadvantage for you. Your head coach, like that's the assistant, right? Who's
my head coach is on the bench with the
he can't get on their ass. He can't do it. And it's like that's genuinely a disadvantage for you. Like that's honestly the biggest impact of your coach not being able to walk. Like planning, of course planning's a major part of it, but it is such a big part of the game. Coaches interacting with the refs, getting on their ass about calls. Like I remember listening to an interview with Barry Alvarez, former Wisconsin head coach. He's AD. I'm not sure AD anymore, but when they played Duke 2015 March Madness, Wisconsin was up like 8 at halftime, like in the Natty. And Barry Alvarez said Coach K went up to the refs at halftime, drilled, like eviscerated their ass for like the entire halftime. And then the whole second half, every call went to Duke. And Barry Alvarez was like, I'm not going to complain about that because Coach K did what he had to do to win. Like I wish my head coach was getting on the ref's ass too, then it would have been a different outcome. But Coach K had the power to command that.
Here's the other thing though. So this is just a fun fact for Minnesota sports. But the last time in Minnesota that a team had a 7-game series and went up 2-0 and then lost the next 3, both times that has happened, that team has gone on to win the World Series. And that team, they've gone on to win. So the last times that the team has gone on in a 7-game series.
Got it.
Has
All sports or just
led
NBA?
All sports. Has led 2-0 and then has lost the next 3. They've gone on to win the World Series, and that was the Twins. So historically speaking, in Minnesota sports, there's precedence here for a little turnaround.
Wait, is this a Minnesota fact? Because I'll be honest, I immediately just thought of 2021 NBA Finals.
This
Bucks.
is specific to Minnesota. This is just specific to Minnesota.
Okay.
There are more than one team that's done that, but this
I
is
just
more
immediately
specific
thought of Bucks. They went down 0-2 and then won 4 straight to win the NBA Finals.
No, but this is the Wolves saying this is Minnesota sports saying,
yes.
hey, we've had a series where they've gone up 2-0, lost the next 3, and they've still won. So like don't count us out. The other thing is, look, what I saw was this offense for the Nuggets have changed the way their offense works. Now, instead of running through Jokic, even though Jokic put up 40, the primary ball handler is now Aaron Gordon. Instead of it being Jamal Murray. I think Jamal Murray might have been the primary ball handler, and now it's Aaron.
Yeah, I'll be honest. One thing I remember hearing specifically was that first half your guys' focus was don't let Jokic be the facilitator. Make him shoot. And he is the best offensive threat on their team. They know that. But that game plan the first half was have Jokic shoot. Like, don't double Jokic. Let him go one-on-one, but lock down everyone else. And we hope everyone else misses. And I remember hearing like your assistant coach talking, saying like, yeah, I mean, worked pretty well in the first. We're going to make some adjustments here. Their shooters are shooting pretty well right now. But I do think overall that was a smart game plan because early in the series, Jokic, you guys won those first 2 games big, but Jokic was being that facilitator, playmaker, wasn't really taking over himself. But I thought the strategy to now shift mid-series, have them change their offense structure, I thought that was a very good idea to like keep your defense on pace and keep them off guard. But I would say like Jokic was still able to drop 13 assists last night. Like his shooters were just on one last night. Like
it's just
the other guys were just on.
It's just also like the whole reason why it's worked before was because they were able to one-on-one with Jokic. They were able to do that. So now when it's not working as well, that's one, a problem. But 2,
I mean, they shot 47% from 3. It's like, all right.
2, it's just like, look, they're now facilitating the ball differently. It just kind of looked like the Wolves didn't plan for that, and they didn't really know how to adjust to that. And that was just weird because now, like, look,
and having no Mike Conley too, it changes shit.
Big problem. But Michael Porter had a horrible game. Michael Porter had a horrible game. So we know at least one of the guys,
2 for 7.
One of the guys on the Wolves defense was doing well. But like outside of that, I mean, Caldwell Pope going 6 for 8, 4 for 5 from 3, like that's crazy.
4 for 5 from 3 from KCP. Like, why didn't you do that for the Lakers, bro?
Like,
God.
Just they'll come out and hopefully this will go to a game 7. And we'll be back in Denver. And we've seen that the Wolves have won in Denver, right? But it's gonna be like the Nuggets are never going to just keep like they're gonna. I almost just fell on my chair. They're gonna. You're gonna be editing this. You're gonna see me just eat shit. I leaned forward in my chair.
Slipped out from under you.
Slipped out from underneath me. I don't think the Nuggets are ever gonna. I don't think the Nuggets are ever gonna keep like the same offensive style for another one of these games the rest of the series. They're gonna consistently be changing.
Yeah, like they are constantly switching it up. Like they're trying to keep you guys off balance. I think for game 6, sometimes it's simple how these things works. I'm feeling a 40 burger from Ant here. Big response after that game 5 from him. I'm feeling it out of him. And it's just like I think you guys actually played a very nice game in that first half. Like I thought you were in a position to stay in that shit, but it's just it's tough when Ant is just having an off night. Like one thing that I'll give credit to Denver for it, and I'm not exactly sure how they were guarding Ant specifically in the earlier parts of the series for games 1, 2, especially, but Ant was getting doubled almost every single time he got the ball. Like almost every single time he got the ball, he was getting doubled. And it didn't matter who it was. It could be Aaron Gordon and Jokic doubling him. It could be Aaron Gordon and MPJ. Like he was just constantly getting doubles. And I saw, a good amount of early turnovers from Ant, which maybe just kind of discourage him a little bit. He's like, fuck, all right, they are prioritizing the shit out of me right now. But I think Ant's going to respond in the next game. I don't think he's going to care about a double team. Like now he's expecting the double team. He's going to go down. I have a lot of faith in Ant. I think I genuinely want him to be the face of the NBA so bad. But I think he deserves it. I think he has that star potential. I think he's like, this is one thing. I think he actually embodies a heel better. But I just love him so much. Like as a player that like I like him.
I don't know if he embodies a heel better. Like it depends on the way that you look at him. I think from
just the way I'm just talking now. He's talking about like MJ being like, I can shoot threes. MJ can't.
The heel that perspective would be like the way that Kobe Bryant was a heel. He's not a heel. He's not a heel, but he's
not a bad guy. But on the court, you hate him because he's not on your team. Like you hate how good he is.
It's the Kobe Bryant. I'm like, you're going away commercial. I hate you. I hate you. I hate that one. That commercial.
No. Yeah, it's not a hate like as a person or human. Like
no, I just hate you as a player.
It's just shit. I wish you were on my team. Like I was saying, that's kind of there's many players out there where like Mahomes. Like I don't hate Mahomes as a person. If anything, I actually respect him a lot for how he's handled like his brother and shit. Like you did not hear a peep out of Jackson. Did not hear a peep out of Jackson Mahomes last year. Like Patrick laid down the hammer. Like, dude, you got to stop it. And like, so I respect Patrick as a human and all. I just hate that he is on my rival's team and he's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen play this sport. And I just have to go up against that. That's why I hate him so much, because he's the greatest player I've ever seen play football. Like it's out of respect, hate. Like if I actually hate somebody, like not because of football, because of other shits, like then like that's a whole different story, a whole different thing. Like I would say right now, ironically, Clay like might be one of my least favorite athletes, just how he acts. And Draymond, I like now. Like it flipped.
I still don't know if I like Draymond.
Yeah, I know. You and Dre have a past. But like that's just kind of one example I was thinking there. But
all right, let's get into this TV deal if you still want to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll wrap up here.
Let's do a little quick TV deal breakdown.
Just okay. Quick overviews. Biggest news. TNT has apparently lost the NBA media rights deal to NBC, and I don't know the exact dates, but I'm pretty sure TNT has had NBA for at least our whole lifetime since like 2000 at minimum. And obviously, I don't know. I would say it's kind of undisputed, not up for debate. Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie, they have the best show. They are the best.
Well, not anymore. Charles
talent.
Barkley and Shaq left the show a couple days ago.
Yes, but
I don't know where they went. But
and I'll be honest, I also been hearing rumors like last year that Chuck's only doing this for like maybe one more year after this, and that's going to be
because it is the best. Not even arguable. It is the best.
Is the most entertaining sports talk show. I'm not even sure if it's just a talk show, just show, like anything. game content. Content. It is so entertaining seeing Chuck talk about San Antonio women and their churros. I could literally watch that shit for years and be satisfied. But so just from a fan perspective, we're going to see, like, I'm going to assume that NBC or ESPN or Amazon is going to be signing Chuck or Shaq and getting into a new bidding war for them.
Here's the thing though, is I know Chuck and Shaq, their dynamic is like beautiful, the best part of it. But I need Kenny in there.
Great. Kenny is great. Ernie, like just being
Ernie, and I need
the adult in the room babysitting.
Like he needs to be there.
They all need to be there. They all need to be there.
Which it won't happen, which is just sad. But
yeah. So but from fan perspective, that's probably going to be the biggest change, just in terms of like entertainment. We're going to get to consumer payment in a sec, but the contract effort is rumored to be worth $76 billion over 11 years. So around around 7.7 divided by 11. 7 million.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not paid to do math. I think I'm off by
some. But the NFL contract, for reference, is 110 over 11 years. So that one's a more clean 10 billion per year.
Hey, just real quick.
And that was signed in 2021.
Apparently,
right after COVID.
Apparently, Anthony Edwards told a Nuggets attendant, "quote, see you in Game 7" as he was leaving the court.
I love the confidence. A lot of people are being like, "Don't be arrogant." No. If you're a 22-year-old face of your franchise, no. I need you to be unnaturally confident and arrogant in yourself.
You obviously you want to be confident in yourself either way, and obviously that's on the court kind of. There's more confidence when you're on the court kind of deal, but he's a generally a confident guy. But that's what you want to see off of a guy. You're like, oh shit, we just lost. I'll see you in a week. I'll be back here.
Shit, when it comes to my athletes, I want to see that confidence rather than Mookie and Freddie after losing game 1. They're just like, yeah, if we could just go out there and play a good game. It's like, no, dude, show some anger. Like, where's the fight in you? Like, no, it's not just okay. You're the Dodgers. Go hit. Okay. Or not here to talk about them, but okay.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani hit a home run last night. We need that for the thumbnail there.
Yeah,
the new king of Los Angeles.
Ohtani hit a 470-foot home run, almost into the water outside of Oracle. Everett, we
is the new
giant killer. We have our giant killer.
There's your thumbnail.
Ohtani is the San Francisco Giant killer.
There's your thumbnail. We got it. Now you're good. Okay, go back.
I'm so happy.
Go back to your deal.
But okay, this is the more interesting stuff. I'm gonna get a little nerdy, but that's a USC Marshall Business School degree there, folks. So I got some validity here. Amazon is also expected to get an exclusive package of NBA games, Everett. And based on that news, that shows me that Amazon is now fully committed to the live sports scene. They could be going after MLB next. Shit, they may swipe MLS from Apple TV, even though I wouldn't do that if I were them. We could see Amazon really, really wanting to become a big player. And like, it won't happen for their NBA deal signed. So 2035 will be the earliest it could happen. But I think Amazon is going to monitor this next decade of Thursday night football. They also have playoff games now. They're going to monitor that. They're going to monitor this NBA deal to determine whether or not they outbid Fox and CBS to just get the Sunday slate for NFC or AFC. I think that's what they're going to be tracking over the next decade. And that will absolutely change sports consumption forever if the normal Sunday slates are on streaming. Like that, at least for the next decade, folks, still on Fox and CBS. But
it's just, it is just frustrating seeing how the whole point of streaming was to get away from cable services, and now that was their advantage. But here's the thing: like the NBA is one thing, right? But for the NFL this next season, it's gonna cost somebody legally to watch $850. Like that's the problem, and that's what you open the door to all these people who are no longer going to be able to afford that and are going to go through other means to be able to watch like the games. And that opens the door to a whole lot of issues for them and for the networks for them making money. And that's a problem. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Somebody should not be having to pay a Super Bowl ticket price to watch the games at home for a year. And not to mention
it's only $850 for like nosebleeds.
Like I think
are they?
900. But the point is, it'll be $850, and then you add tax and like all that other shit.
No, yes, it doesn't matter. $850 to just watch. And is that for every single NFL game or just for the normal?
I think in order to watch like all regular season games,
I think it's just like normal. Like
it's $850. I'm pretty estimated.
I think I saw something where if you include Sunday ticket, it's $3,600.
And the playoffs too, by the way, where some of those games are exclusive to certain networks that are not on cable. Like you can't get the Peacock game on the TV. Like it's not on the TV.
Dude, I will never forget.
Or not even to mention the NFL network games that are abroad, you can't watch on TV. Those aren't local network games.
I will just never forget the sheer panic in my dad's eyes when he was like, wait, the Ohio State games, what is Peacock grant? And I'm just like, oh God, he's not gonna like this. Like, Dad, we need to do this free trial. I will cancel it the second the game
I
ends.
just remember that Peacock used to be free, and that's
Used to
just.
do what?
I think Peacock used to be free, and that's the
Oh, I
sad
don't
part.
quite remember, to be
I thought
honest.
Peacock was free when it first started.
Oh, actually, I low-key think they may have gone to payment once they got The Office back, and they were just like, people
That might have been
pay
it.
for
That
this.
might have been it. Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but I want to say like for a long period of time, like 40% of total watch time on Netflix was The Office, like for a 2-year stretch, like 2018-19. Office was 40%.
The Northwestern Ohio State game is going to be played in Wrigley Field this season.
Shut the fuck up. Well, okay, Northwestern's doing some stuff with their
for 11
and that
Warriors.
means it's real. Oh my god. November 16th, dude, that's late too. Like, oh my god. Well, I guess it had to have been after the baseball season's done, but I don't. So we're gonna have to be playing on like little dirt portion, like the Raiders' old stadium, right?
I mean, I'm kind of looking at a picture.
I'm
kind of looking at a picture right now, and it looks like you won't have to. I'll send this over to you.
What was the bowl game? Is it Wrigley that they have bowl games, or just
no?
Yankee
It's Fenway. It's the Fenway Wasabi Bowl.
I think Yankee Stadium had one too, right?
Maybe they did, but that was the one that SMU was at, and it just was horrible.
Okay, so last year Nebraska played at Wrigley Field against Northwestern. Or no, this is Northwestern. The way I'm looking at it now, they put grass over the dirt for this game, but I don't think they'll have the time to do that. Well, maybe. Cubs season will be over like September 28th.
It'll be over.
They'll have time. But
yeah,
if I was the owner of the Cubs and owner of Wrigley Field, I would not. We're not grassing over the diamond for a quick game. No, like we're not. That could ruin the dirt forever. Shit, I don't know. I don't know groundskeeper stuff. I wouldn't do that. We're not messing with my fucking diamond. No. But yeah, that is a little interesting. Okay, last thing I just want to say specifically about this media rights deal, Everett. What's most interesting to me about this is Warner Bros. Played a pivotal role in the proposed joint streaming bundle with Disney and Fox. So Warner Bros. Owns TNT, and with that bundle, Disney, Fox, TNT, you would have college football, you would have NBA, you would get NFL games with Fox. There's like a lot of reasons to get that bundle. But why would Disney and Fox want to partner with Warner Bros. Anymore if they don't have the NBA ever? Why would they do that? That was the only reason that they would even entertain the idea. So yeah, they won't. They're not going to partner with Warner Bros. There's no set there to give them a piece of the pie. So shit, this might just be Amazon now going in with them. And I have a feeling right now, Netflix, they are in the power position for streaming. They don't want to bundle. They're like, if we bundle with you guys, we'll be making less revenue. People are signing up for Netflix still. And I think what is their price now over? Shit, you would know better than me because you canceled your shit. It's like 14, 15, 16 right now.
I don't know. I stopped paying attention.
But like Netflix, well, like under a cable package, let's say they bundled all the streaming services together and it costs 60 or $80, like cable kind of works. If that were the case, Netflix would only get like $10 per sub. Right now they're getting 15 or 16 per. They don't want to bundle. Like they don't want to. But the other players, Max, ESPN Plus, Hulu, shit, you name it, Peacock, they want to bundle because no, they will get more money getting a $10 cut of the total subs because that number of subscribers will go up so much. So from a Netflix perspective, they don't want to bundle, but I could see a path where Disney, Fox, Amazon, Apple TV, everyone except Netflix bundles up together, and it's literally, do you want Netflix or just that streaming bundle? And I think Netflix is powerful enough that people will still be subscribing to them.
Well, the one thing is, I think that's true, But I'd be interested to see if Netflix does that because Netflix is still not bringing in money. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I looked it up. I think they spent 20 to like 30 billion on Netflix productions like over the past 2 years. I was like Stranger Things isn't cheap. All right. Not a cheap show to make, guys. But I think just Netflix getting that NFL Christmas, that really
big.
shows to
That's
me
big
that
because that's a whole
they're
different
interested.
market. And that brings in so much money. But that's the other thing is when you get to a point where you need 7 different services to watch NFL games, at a certain point, someone's gonna be like, I'm not paying for it. And
100%.
Netflix could be the one that's left out. You're like, look, it's a game. It's one fucking game on Christmas. I do not give a shit.
Yeah, I will say though, without question, in a decade, you're going to be paying $60 to $80 a month to
realistically.
Get
I don't know if I'm the NFL business wise. I don't know what would make me more money to have it exclusively streamed from NFL Network and need subscribers for that, or to provide it to other companies.
So NFL Network has kind of flopped overall. It's just not the same.
That's true.
Like the ratings
that's true.
Down.
No. That's true. But that's because the only times that they market those games are preseason games or games abroad where people just aren't awake. But I'm saying if you just took every NFL game, you said, fuck it, I'm not letting this go. The only way you can watch the NFL is by subscribing to NFL.
True.
It's the only way.
It's just
that's what I'm curious.
The NFL, they just got 110 billion. Fox, CBS, and all those dogs in 2021. Like they don't want to divert.
No, they definitely
they
definitely make more money. But I'm just curious. They definitely make more money.
Yeah, in theory, if they had if they bought Fox, if the NFL bought Fox, then it's like, yeah, they could get that shit going. But currently, the current manpower in the broadcast booth at NFL Network, like they are not capable enough to have the same broadcast as Fox or CBS. But you're so right. Like they can just cut the middleman out and just distribute it on their own. But one thing I'm very interested in specifically is how advertising is going to change. Right now, you have your commercial breaks. That's where everything is. We were talking about the other day. Video game companies are trying to find a way to get ads in their products. I'm interested from an advertiser perspective. I think in the short term on streaming, just because numbers are lower, they won't be willing to pay as much to get those advertising spaces as cable. But I could see in the future down the line, if cable's fully gone and streaming is the way, then eventually down the line, those bidding prices to get those commercial slots will keep on going up and increasing just because everyone will be on streaming. But I think for this next 5, 6, 7 years, it could be just a flatline stagnate period in terms of sports revenues when it comes to advertiser money involved. I just right now it's not a certain outlook.
Also, what's the biggest time of the year for advertisers, Grant? What's the biggest time of the year for advertisers?
Like Black Friday, Christmas time, holiday time?
The Super Bowl.
Oh, well, yes, of course.
So that's just the point, is if you kind of change that, like that's a very big thing
in my opinion, that the Super Bowl will essentially always be on cable as long as cable exists. It just has to.
It's the one game of the year. It'll be there.
It has to. Like shit. Even in 30 years from now, there will still be some live cable broadcasts of the Super Bowl being played, even if 90% are streaming it on the next streaming service. Like, I don't know, Apple TV movie Mega
Roku.
TV Plus Extra Deluxe, whatever.
Extra, you mean like the show that's on every hotel? That's
yeah. Whatever the next streaming thing is. Yeah. But that's very interesting to me to see TNT out. NBC is now doing NBA. Amazon's locked into NBA and NFL. Netflix is now in NFL. The amount of moves that have happened just in the past week is ridiculous. And I think we're now seeing that transition from cable to streaming heating up a little bit quicker than we think. But I think at least short-term, 2-year, 3-year perspective, nothing will change for us. 5, 6, 7 years, things could change. And around 10 years, it will be completely flipped.
With that, though, I Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. Me and Grant. You can find us on Twitter at Everstig and at Waterboy Grant. We post notices every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post on Instagram and on TikTok with exclusive content. So make sure to check us out there as well. We will see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.